It is Saturday morning, which means it is time once again for what every cruiser wants. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to today's video. And I am back, and I have 3 new cruise comments for you this week. People with just some of the craziest ideas, the craziest thoughts went through their head when they boarded cruise ships. They didn't get their way, didn't like the results, and now they have written in comments to share their utter dissatisfaction with the way things are done. So let's get into today's comments so we can all decide, are these people right or are these people wrong? So our first comment today, we're going to talk about gambling on board cruise ships. Yes, the majority of cruise lines have casinos on board. You can gamble in these casinos for money when the casinos are open. But look, just like a land-based casino, casinos at sea, they have rules. There are regulations. Cruise lines just can't make up when it's okay to gamble. They can't just decide, gamble as you please, anywhere you want, have a free-for-all. It doesn't work that way. There are rules, there are requirements, they are laws that they must follow. Ever notice that the casinos are not open when cruise ships are in ports? That's not because the cruise ship wants to close the casino. Casinos do make the money. It's because they have to. It is a legal requirement, which means even as passengers, you can't go up to the Lido deck and gamble for money. It is against the rules, but apparently not everybody agrees with that. Why has LHR been banned? Left, right, center is a game played by hundreds of Carnival cruisers every week on your ships. I ask because according to Cruise Blank website, the game has been banned from the ships. We've played this game with my friends who cruise with us for years. Why this game and not others? Please explain. This is the kind of rule that will turn Carnival cruisers away and to other cruise lines. This is being done to line the pockets of the casino. Just admit and stop being a fool. So they're mad, they're upset that Left, Right, Center, according to them, they read it on a website, has been banned from Carnival cruise ships. What I do find amazing about some of these comments is how much of the truth they leave out and how much of the truth they get wrong, because Carnival has not banned a card game. They never once came out and said, you cannot play this card game on our ships. But what they did say is you cannot play for money. See, the truth part they left out is when some people play this game, they're playing for money. They are gambling on board the ship. They're up on the Lido deck, in the buffet, sitting around a table, and they're gambling for money, which is against the cruise ship rules. You can't do that type of gambling on cruise ships. So, no, the game wasn't banned. You can still play, you just can't play for money. But they go on to say, this kind of rule will make people go to other cruise lines that surprisingly, also have the same rules against gambling. Isn't that interesting? But of course, this isn't being done because it has anything to do with the rules. No. This is only to line the pockets of the casino. Admit it and stop being a fool. Maybe it's the fool who writes in a comment without all of the facts. But what do you guys think? Should this game be allowed? Should public gambling on board cruise ships be allowed? Is this going to drive people to other cruise ships? And is Carnival Cruise Lines simply being foolish? Next up, we're going to talk about special needs children that sail on board cruise ships. Now, this is not anything against special needs children. They have the right to cruise. They have the right to be there. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them coming and enjoying a cruise vacation just like everybody else. However, the parents of these special needs children, occasionally, they're the ones that are honestly a little bit out of control. Now, as a parent, I understand you want to protect your children. You want to look after your children. You want to do what is best for your children. But you know what? Sometimes the things that a parent will ask for, it's just ridiculous. I am cruising with my family of husband blank and our son blank. He is blank age 9 years. Sensory overload is constant and overwhelming for my child. who is on the spectrum. Strange sounds encountered on a cruise may make things worse and can unbearably crowded and noisy for blank and many autistic kids. We have recently discovered that the sound of the hand dryers in public bathrooms would make him so upset. Is there any way these can be removed from the bathrooms on our cruise on the Carnival Vista? I know we could use the bathroom in our room, but it is not always possible to make it in time. Do the hand dryers in the disabled bathrooms? Please respond. We will be cruising in June, so we need to plan. Please show some understanding. So again, I understand as a parent you want to look after your child. I get that. But seriously, could you please remove all of the hand dryers on board the Carnival Vista for our cruise? Just take them out for our cruise in particular. I'm sure that's no big deal. Just, I guess unbolt them from the wall, put them in storage. Nobody needs to dry their hands while we are cruising because this sound bothers my son. That's what I mean by a ridiculous request. It would be just as ridiculous to say, hey, music is a problem. The sound of music creates issues, so can you simply play no music on my upcoming cruise because it would make him or her upset. My child has fear of water. Please take all of the water out of the swimming pools and the hot tubs because I don't want my child to be upset. Now, I think this type of request goes along whether it has to do with your child or not, where you think one thing on the cruise ship needs to be changed just specifically for you, and screw every other passenger on board the ship. Their needs don't matter. It's only about you. Some people are just a bit ridiculous. Now, for those children that do have sensory overload, the cruise lines, they make sensory kits. You can go down to guest services. You can get one of those kits in order to help your child enjoy the cruise. Have a great cruising experience like everybody else because, of course, they deserve it just like everybody else. But hey, you just can't make ridiculous requests that obviously the cruise line is not going to honor. They cannot honor. Okay, and going, please show me some understanding is not going to get hand dryers taken out of public bathrooms. But hey, what do you guys think? Should Carnival have said, hey, we understand, we have understanding, we will remove all of the hand dryers out of the public bathrooms just for you? Or perhaps as the parent, she should work out the solution for herself. And finally, my favorite comment of the week. I'm going to start off with a question though. I want to ask you, have you ever been packing for your cruise? Going through your packing list, making sure you have everything, checking it off. Do I have my toiletries and my beauty supplies? Check. Do I have my formal clothes for formal night? Check. Do I have my laundry bag, my underwear, my swimsuits, extra socks, and comfortable shoes? Check. Did I pack my washing machine? Check. Well, that may sound silly, that may sound funny, but for this next person, they got their washing machine taken away. Mom and me were on the Valor back in March. We were called to the naughty room because we had a Cuppet portable washing machine in our big bag. We were treated like criminals and degraded. I hope Carnival will be more sympathetic to people and do away with this humiliating experience. Now, first of all, if you have something in your bag that security needs to confiscate, they need to ask you about, they need to talk to you about, and this is in your checked luggage, yep, you are going to get called down to the security office. That way, when they open up your bag, they ask you about it, they confiscate it, they write you a receipt. This room apparently is now being called the naughty room, but I'm not sure being called down there makes you feel like a criminal. I'm not sure being called down there makes you feel degraded. I'm not sure exactly how it's a humiliating experience, maybe a little embarrassing, depending on what is in your bag. But to me, the real question is, why did you bring a washing machine? I mean, that's really taking washy-washy to a whole new level. Now, in their defense, I will admit that washing machine was not on the cruise line's prohibited items list. It is now. It's going to be added, but before washing machine wasn't on there because I suppose as a cruising community as a whole, I want to know how many people have considered packing their washing machine. Admittedly, for everything I've considered ever bringing on a cruise ship, a washing machine wasn't one of them. They have laundry facilities on board. They have laundry services on board. And yes, occasionally you may have to rinse something out in the sink and hang it up on the cruise line in the shower. I think that's probably happened to all of us at least once. But I've never considered bringing a washing machine. So here's my question for you. Have you ever been to the naughty room on board a cruise ship? Have you ever had anything confiscated? And if you did you feel like a criminal? Did you feel like you were degraded? Was it an utterly humiliating experience? And the last time you packed for a cruise, was washing machine on your packing list? All right, and that is our video today for what every cruiser wants. Let me know in the comments below. Are these people right? Are these people wrong? Do you agree with them? Or are they off in their own little world having their own cruise fantasy where everything is just their way? But if you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day. And like always, we will see you out on the high seas.